Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your favorite English bulletin, The News. We are broadcasting live from TVT studios here in Lomé. Here are the headlines. The Certificate of Completion of Apprenticeship Diploma opens doors for many young Togolese artisans in the job market. To support them, the government, guided by the President of the Council for Asazunanya Singbe, has and continues to roll out several key initiatives. In this edition, we take a closer look at these initiatives and how they are helping young artisans gain skills, access opportunities, and build sustainable careers. Lomé's International Airport and the Autonomous Port of Lomé are stepping up security and efficiency with the arrival of state-of-the-art body scanners donated by the United States of America. These devices cut passenger screening time while ensuring both privacy and safety. Stay with us. We'll bring you all the details shortly. It is always a pleasure to have you join us. The Certificate of Completion of Apprenticeship, popularly known as CFR, enables young Togolese artisans to integrate into the workforce and gain access to the labor market. To support them and facilitate their attainment of this diploma, the Togolese government, under the leadership of the President of the Council for Asazunanya Singbe, is implementing several initiatives in this regard. An overview of these initiatives in this report by Ahifa Nuchula.
One of the government flagship initiatives for young Togolese artisans is the digitalization of the registration and certification process. This platform, recently launched by the Ministry of Technical Education and Vocational Training, was created to simplify application procedures and ensure timely access to diplomas in response to the steadily increasing number of learners each year. It allows candidates to track the progress of the application online and to receive their certificates within 6 months after results are released. More than 45,000 apprentices admitted during the latest session have already benefited from this system. Another important measure introduced under the leadership of President of the Council for Asazunanya Singbe is the abolition of registration fees at the CFA exams. In effect since the 2020-2021 academic year, this policy has eased the financial burden on students and parents while encouraging a great number of candidates to sit for the exams. The government has also launched several complementary projects to support young people. The Trainer Vocational Training Project promotes socio-economic integration and led to the creation of the Anye Training Center, which specializes in trades such as aluminium carpentry, hairdressing, and tailoring. Another program specifically targets vulnerable youth, especially girls and women, encouraging them to acquire vocational skills and supporting them in securing internship. In addition, the integration program for graduates of technical education seeks to place large numbers of learning into key sectors including electricity, metal fabrication, and metal construction.
And yes, indeed, the 2025 CFA exams are underway. It started this Monday and it will come to an end this Saturday as young Togolese artisans are putting their skills to the ultimate test. The Minister of Apprenticeship and the Minister Delegate for Handicrafts toured some of the examination sites to ensure that every proceeding is running smoothly. Kwesi Glay tells us more.
At the Technical and Vocational High School of Lomé, it is a moment of focus and application as young apprentices put their acquired knowledge to the test. They are striving to obtain the certificate of completion of apprenticeship. On site, apprentice masons, hairdressers, machinists, and aluminium carpenters are hard at work. At the Modern High School of Ajidogome, it is the tailoring apprentices who are showcasing their skills. A little further away at Agüez Central High School, beauticians, decorators, and hairdressers are fully engaged in their task. Meanwhile, at the Société des Moulins Modernes du Togo, apprentice bakers are already producing their loaves of bread. At the end of the supervision mission, the minister in charge of apprenticeship along the minister delegate to the Minister of Handicraft expressed satisfaction with the smooth running of the Certificate of Completion of Apprenticeship exam and underline the importance of this certification.
We have about 51,000 candidates this year compared to 45,000 last year, an increase of around 11%. This shows the growing interest among young people in trades and skills that give them direct access to employment. At the head of the government strategy, under the leadership of the President of the Council, is the goal of addressing the issue of youth employability.
The authority emphasized that building a nation requires not only university graduates, but also skilled professionals trained in various trades. For this year, 2025, 51,743 candidates have been assessed across 58 specialties throughout the country.
Moving on to other stories, the first National Forum for Girls in Lomé showcased young Togolese girls' ingenuity and entrepreneurial talent. Initiated by Plan International Togo and Youth Panel, the event aims to strengthen girls' engagement in social change and promote their leadership within the society. Through a mini fair, participants displayed products that impressed all visitors, including the Minister for Women's Promotion and the Minister of Vocational Training, who encouraged and supported all their efforts. I'll find Chugan tells us more in this report.
In this dedicated space, a variety of stands showcase diverse products and services. On one side, natural fruit juices and cocoa-based chocolates. On the other, handbags, spices, and caps. A little further along, flower pots and an exchange platform led by young women themselves all reflect the creativity and ingenuity of committed Togolese girls. Ministers responsible for the promotion of women and for vocational training took time to appreciate the displays up close. Their presence and word of encouragement meant to help these girls stay the course and thrive in a highly competitive world. It is essential to transform these skills into competencies, that is, to be able to clearly explain what you do. Then, once you set up your business within the entrepreneurship framework, you must know how to establish it, sustain it, and present your product to the public. Engage in self-training so you gain self-confidence and remain determined to move forward at every step. According to statistics, young people represent nearly 60% of Togo's population, with girls and young women making up more than half. This reality underscores the importance of supporting and promoting initiatives that contribute not only to the empowerment but also to the country's economic growth.
Togo officially resumed its diplomatic activities this Wednesday. The season opened with a public conference on Africa's new global challenges and its efforts to become more independent in international affairs. Kwesi Glay tells us more.
New geopolitical rivalries and Africa's strategic autonomy was the timely topic addressed by Abderrahman Koulamala, Senator and former Chadian Minister of Foreign Affairs. This was the inaugural lecture of the third edition of Togo's diplomatic season. Using concrete examples, the speaker shared strategies for building a resilient Africa.
The key idea I want to highlight is the Lomé Pact, a binding agreement designed to enable African countries to align with Agenda 2063 as well as the Africa's Continental Free Trade Area Program. The local pact will act as a framework bringing together nearly all African nations to establish a binding structure that invests a portion of their GDP into fast-track program in agriculture, research, and artificial intelligence. No real economic development in 2025 can succeed without genuine democracy and without listening to the voice of youth. Any nation that ignores its young people is doomed to fail.
This event marks the official restart of diplomatic activities in Togo. In light of global upheavals, action is needed at the level to establish a democracy suited to Africa's realities.
L'Afrique doit se positionner en actrice.
Africa needs to act for its own interests, which is why this theme was chosen. In today's world, with major changes and rising global rivalries, Africa must be able to deal with other countries independently.
Avec les différents acteurs.
With this, Togo embarks in 12 months of diplomatic activity, with the ultimate goal of contributing to the best possible future for the African continent.
After 2 days of meetings, the 23rd session of the 3rd Permanent Consultation Framework of 2025 concluded this Wednesday, the 3rd of September. Discussions focused, amongst other things, the municipal elections of July 17. Participants made several recommendations to the government aimed at improving the daily lives of the Togolese citizens and strengthening the country's electoral and institutional frameworks. Gabriel Ayena reports.
The municipal elections of July 17, 2025 were praised by political actors during the 23rd meeting of the 3rd session of the Permanent Framework for Consultation in 2025. All participants agreed on the transparent and inclusive nature of the vote, which was conducted peacefully and securely. While the election of mayors and their deputies is expected in the coming days, the CPC issues several recommendations to the government.
The CPC recommends
that local work carried out by municipalities should no longer be the responsibility of a single elected official. Of course, elected officials are those who govern and decide what needs to be done at the local level, but they should also provide opportunities for other actors, political parties, associations, NGOs, and anyone interested in improving local conditions to participate in council meetings and contribute their proposals to advance our communities. Beyond the election results, the CPC recommends that the government consider allowing certain aspects of local governance to be handled by opposition parties. This will foster pluralism and diversity of thoughts in local development planning. In line with the requirements of the parliamentary system, the framework particularly calls for stricter oversight of the participation of associations and independent candidates in upcoming elections. The recommendations also take into account the country's socio-political and economic situation.
Le CPC encourage le gouvernement à continuer.
The CPC also encourages the government to continue monitoring markets to control product prices, ensure quality, verify the origin of goods, and oversee all related factors so that the population can enjoy better living conditions.
Tout ce qu'il comporte pour que nos populations puissent en vivre mieux.
Political actors reaffirmed their commitment to revitalizing and improving the efficiency of the CPC, as well as supporting the reorganization of the Independent National Electoral Commission. Following the discussions, 2 specialized commissions were established to further development these proposals.
It now takes just a few seconds to screen a passenger at the Nyasingbe Iyadema International Airport. This is thanks to the ultra-modern body scanner recently provided to Togo by the United States to strengthen its security system. Already operational, the equipment was officially handed over this Monday to the Airport Security Authority by the National Civil Aviation Agency, popularly known as ANAC. Kwesi Glay tells us more.
With the handover of the technical data sheets, the National Civil Aviation Agency has officially transferred 4 body scanners to the Security Authority of Lome Nyasingbe Eyadema International Airport and the Autonomous Port of Lome. This donation from the United States of America is designed to streamline passenger processing, reducing screening time from 1 minute to just 10 seconds.
Le système est fait tel que quand le passager...
The system is designed so that passengers do not need to be physically touched for detection. The scanner automatically identifies any object or material that could be interpreted as threats. The operator monitors a screen that highlights any potential items in yellow, indicating exactly where to focus for further inspection.
Chercher la menace qui pourrait être détectée.
State-of-the-art, these devices ensure both passengers' health, security, and privacy. They strengthen the nation's capacity to prevent, detect, and effectively counter threats or illicit acts, fully in line with standards and recommended practices by the International Civil Aviation Organization. The installation of this equipment enhances the safety of passengers, flight crew, and aircraft, while also bolstering the reputation of Gnassingbé Eyadema International Airport.
And to tackle the issue of corruption at its very roots, education experts gathered in Parliament this Wednesday to master new tools aimed at integrating anti-corruption education into schools and training programs. The initiative, led by the High Authority for Prevention and Fight Against Corruption and Other Related Offences, HAPLUSHIA, seeks to equip these inspectors so they can fully contribute to the success of this national project. Gabriel Ayena has more in this report.
Education supervisors will play a central role in passing on knowledge as part of a project to integrate anti-corruption education into school and training curricula in Togo. The High Authority for the Prevention and Fight Against Corruption and Related Offences, APLUSIA, has made this a priority. During this training session in Parliament, APLUSIA brought together school supervisors from general and technical education across the Maritime, Western Plateau, and Kara regions. The training program combines presentations, debates, group works, and experience sharing activities designed to equip them with practical teaching tools. With these resources, they will be able to effectively guide schools and training centers in embedding anti-corruption lessons into everyday learning. The broader goal is to instill in students the values of ethics, integrity, and honesty, principles essential to building a just and accountable society. For APLUSIA, education remains the foundation for shaping upright and responsible leaders. By strengthening the capacity of education supervisors, the institution is ensuring that the fight against corruption begins in the classrooms and extends into every sector of national life. Their role is, and will continue to be, decisive in shaping a corruption-free Togo.
That brings us to the end of today's edition. Thanks to you, cherished viewers, for watching, and to my wonderful team. Stay tuned to our channel for more updates, and remember that the more you listen, the more you learn. Have a wonderful evening. Until next time, goodbye.